Welcome to Magical Mondays. Okay, so this week I was talking to hydrangeas and the white rabbit, as in like the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Now I do suspect that was like symbolic. I suspect that he was there for a symbolic kind of reason. I suspect that he was there because so much pressure is in the collective field right now. So much pressure. There's so much pressure to figure out the who, what, where, when, and why, and how everything's working, and what do I do? How do I change this? I'm feeling so much pressure because I'm going to be late to the universal developments that are coming to me, or I'm not accomplishing things fast enough. So I think that's who I was seeing this week. And so anyway, there were some messages that came through from hydrangea energy, and that's what he was passing to me. The first thing that came through was returning to joy. Really taking time for the simple things, like laying in a field, feeling the sun, connecting to nature, really tapping into presence and being. Things feel so fast right now, and so many people are feeling like there's so much they can't solve, so it's really just taking time to be without the pressure to solve anything. Trying to solve the block is going to block the answer to what you need. So really just allowing yourself to be in the energy of, I don't know what I don't know, and I have to let that be okay right now. One moment at a time, one day at a time, helps you not get caught up in the race where there's all this pressure and these problems that feel like they can't be fixed and no answers. Because there are answers, you'll just receive them in a different state. So the color blue came up as an activator for this week. An activator is something that you can use to navigate the current energies and be able to kind of get a little bit more of a grip with them. So whether you're wearing blue or using things that are blue, just blue emotions are really high. And the blue is going to help you speak clearly and not in a highly emotionally charged way. So blue this week helps you keep your peace. So if you're not feeling peaceful, reach for blue, as I grab my giant blue satellite tower. Violet is also prominent this week because a lot of you won't be understanding what's happening right now. And we actually aren't supposed to. Not in the ways that our egos want anyways. We're supposed to just be allowing until clarity comes through. So Violet in particular can help you stay in a high vibration, connected to source and your intuition right now, until the solution actually kind of meets you, instead of you going to look for it, because that will probably be very hard to do right now. So as far as other activators, they brought through perfume with the rose note. Just the energy of roses and the unfolding and complexity that roses have. And they can help you see the divine path ahead of you. And just knowing like that's already planned. There's already a plan. You just can't see it. We think that we have more agency than we do sometimes, I think. Like, we obviously have free will and choice, but there's a lot of times where things are routed so far before we realize that it's already locked in. And I did just post a channeling video on that last night too, so if you're looking to find out like why you're getting all these messages and that things are coming through and they haven't shown up yet, that might be for you. They are also showing me getting up from the ground, like shaking the dirt off and going, okay, well, that was unpleasant. All right, moving on. The art of the comeback. Don't stay down if you can help it right now, because the energy will stay there. But if you are able to get back up, even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't really feel it or you don't understand it, you're going to meet another current of energy that is much higher. That one carries you forward. How you look at things matters a lot this week. Even if you don't feel like getting back up or you don't think it'll get you anywhere, you're being encouraged to. And there's a lot of releasing this week too. A lot of like, okay, I'm just not going to fixate on this. I'm just going to let things be as they are. I'm going to go take a walk and I'm going to call a friend. Serendipity is a big deal this week, so if you feel like changing things up, do it because the energies can change on a dime. And if you choose something positive, they'll rise to meet you there, and that momentum will build really quickly. Choices are a big deal this week. And they would say, if you're feeling low, make a choice to bring in something that just feels good. Like if you're having a day and you're like, I hate today, order yourself some Starbucks. Just do something that brings a contrast to the bad energy, and kind of ask yourself, if you're doing something regularly that you don't like for example, I do lots of things I don't like in my day, and I blast music I love while I do them. Why? Because joy attracts joy, and I'll have a good time doing something I don't like. So that's a big way that you can bring joy into the discomfort right now. It's going to help you level out the energy. And wind, if you're feeling sluggish, tired, confused, they're encouraging you to go get some air. The air element can really help clear off energetic debris for you this week when you need a clear head. Another thing that they brought through is if there are tears, let them out. On their way out, they're dropping you some energetic info. And when they're out, you'll gain some clarity, but not unless you actually let yourself release the experiences. It doesn't have to be tears. You can release any way you want, whether that's writing it all out and lighting it on fire safely. But just make sure you're letting it out, because so many of you have like pent up angry energy that's like hitting the walls and it's itching for a way out. And if it doesn't find a way out, it's going to come out in conflict, or it's going to come out in a way you don't want it to come out. It needs somewhere to go. It's messing with the energies in your body. So anything that you do that's like releasing and clearing, I have a meditation in energy mastery that's about 10 minutes. It's the cleanse and clear and release with Archangel Michael. It's in the Angel Temple. It works really well for this. When you just need to like get something out and get it out quickly, it's very good for that. Another thing that he brought through this week was bloom. We're about to see things blooming, and they brought through the lyrics, seasons change and so did I, you need not wonder why. And obviously the next line in that song is no time left for you. Well, they're being cheeky with that, because the time's up, you're about to bloom. On my way to better things, I found myself some wings. I think those are the lyrics, don't quote me on that. Things have been hard, don't let it get you down, you're about to fly. You're about to bloom, it's about to be worth it, something beautiful is coming through. So don't let this week get you down too much, because you don't lose the plot, basically, is what they're saying. Make time to connect with your guides this week. It doesn't matter if you hear them or see them or whatever, they can hear and see you, they don't care. But make time for your intuitive side. Even if it's just sitting by the water and like being in the quiet and just the stillness of nature, you need some quiet. You need some stillness and you need grounding. And you need to create that space for that guidance to have a place to drop into. Basically, everything feels really confusing. But did you know, as someone who works really closely with spirit guides, it's like one of my favorite topics, you can't actually like receive unless you're making time for that. You will only receive all day long if you're clear too. So if there's a lot of stuff going on and you're just feeling like, what? You need to make time to just be still and stare at the wall. If you do that, then you're gonna get downloads during that time. You won't know what they are, but it's like when your body slows down enough, they're gonna come through. And then the minute you're ready for them, they're gonna bubble up. And that's how you get the answers to your questions. Of course, you can ask your spirit guides, but you might not receive them until your body has the stillness to kind of load it up when you're going through stuff, because your auric field can be super cluttered, so the direct pipeline that's normally there is maybe not there. It's like molasses. People think that your spirit guides can get anything to you, and yes, they can if your field is clear. If your field is locked up like molasses and your channel is knocked out, then one, you might be getting the messages, but your interpretation might be off, your understanding of them might be off, and your ability to translate, because they're actually speaking to you in waves. It's waves of energy. So when your waves hit density in your field, well, they get distorted and all broken up, and then you're like, I kind of think I know what I need, but I don't know. That's why. It might be because you're not taking good enough care of your field, you got a lot going on, you might not have had a lot of time to slow down, or you're dealing with a subject that's really hard. You just want to make some quiet space where you can just chill. And those will come in, and the minute your body can integrate them, they're gonna bubble up. So that being said, this is the download portion of Magical Mondays. I thought I would do it a little bit differently, or the channeling portion, I should say. Thought I would do it a little bit differently, because usually you guys are just staring at my desk and there's nothing going on. So yeah, now we're gonna get into the reading portion. Top of the afternoon on Magical Mondays. Alright, let's see what the reading advice is for the collective messages this week. It just felt like a crow week. I was taking a really nice walk with Evie and Kevin right before this, and just wanted to, like, I saw this beautiful crow and it was so pretty that I was like, okay, it's gotta be a crow day. It's gotta be a crow day. So I did mention this in the channeled messages, right? Which you guys would have seen just before this, but to me, it feels like there's something powerful coming in this week. We talked about blooming, but I really feel like it's just something unexpected, like something is paying off, something is very powerful, it's moving, you almost didn't think it was going to happen. It comes out of the blue and you're like, wait, what? And your team wants to stress you've done something to change your energies. Now, there was a lot of talk in the channeled portion about bringing joy into your day, and you might have really been doing that. You might have been altering how your day runs and just trying to move some beauty into your day a little bit, move some joy into your day, living a little bit differently, but something's about to pay off. There's like a gateway coming up, and there's going to be something really powerful for you. And I think that's why they were stressing that choices are powerful. So choose what feels good this week. You are not going to get anywhere by not showcasing who you are. There's something about this week that is really asking for authenticity from you. There are two ways that this message can come through. It's either going to be fake it till you make it if you don't think you can do it. Just show up and let it fall into place. And for the rest of you, it's going to be, you know darn straight what energy you need to project out there. And you need to be yourself. And so you may find that people around you are showing you inauthenticity this week. You may find that you're being called for more authenticity and to really like push yourself into that authenticity. You might find you need to fake it till you make it. But something is amiss a little bit this week in the energy where there may be people who are trying to show you a version of themselves that is not true. And if it's on the other side of the coin, it may be that you need to fake it till you make it. So whichever one resonates with you, you're going to find out which one it is. Both are in the field active right now. So for some of you, it's one, and for some of you, it's the other. And this ties into both. So there's two pathways coming through with whoever the audience is here. And again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You're going to know where you sit. But there's conflicting energy. You want to live one way. Life is making you live another. You need to make decisions to move yourself from one way of being to the other one, and it takes some shifts. It's never easy at first, and I want to state that very plainly. It is never easy at first when you start a change. And you never really know if it's going to pay off, especially with risk here. You're not sure whether or not the changes you're making are going to pay off, but they will. They will. But you are going to go up against the storm a little bit here, and you need to know that that's actually what you're supposed to be doing. It's actually clever and strategic, and it's actually going to lead you somewhere really powerful. So you're being asked to just go with it, even though... Oh, sorry, that was my elbow dragging over here. I swear. Anyway. But for you guys, you need to know that you're being asked to take a chance before you see the end result. Now, I did just do a message on that last night. So again, that was referenced in the video. It's, maybe you've already accomplished it. It's referenced and it's on my YouTube channel and you're obviously here. So if that resonates with you, go check that out. But there's a sense of needing to make a change before you know the end result. And when you do that, which this came through in that message yesterday, when you do that, you pay off big time, okay? You really do. Because you chose yourself, and those small choices that you make now that go, I'm tired of this, I'm done with this, I don't want to live this way anymore, you might not realize they have like a really far sweeping impact, even though it feels like a risk in the moment. That's how you close. That's how you're a closer. You're closing the deal when you make that choice. You're manifesting what comes next. But the universe needs a little bit of time to build it. So you're going to end up in a little bit of an awkward period where things aren't fully like locked in yet. That's okay. It's supposed to be that way. It does not mean that you are going the wrong way. It actually means you're going the right one, and you will meet resistance until your world reorients itself. So just have a little faith. And if you're resonating with that, definitely go check out that message because it was probably for you. Okay, so right now, the biggest thing that you could do is bring balance into your days and bring in things that you really enjoy in your day-to-day. I know you guys are probably looking at long-term, like, okay, I really want to manifest X and Y and blah, blah. And the best way to do that is actually to bring joy into your day. And I talk about this all the time, but what you do on a daily basis colors the rest of your life. It colors what you manifest because you're always manifesting how you feel. So if you're having a crappy reality right now, but you bring in joy into your everyday, you're going to set yourself up for joy no matter what, despite the bad. And that's the sweet spot you want to be because you can never stop life from being a jerk. You just can't do it. There will always be contrast. There will always be lessons. School is a learning ground, but you do get to choose how those lessons come about. And you use that with the law of attraction. The law of attraction will follow your mood because the universe is an algorithm. It doesn't give a shit if your mood is good or bad. It really does not. It does not care. Whatever you engage in. So how do you look at a situation? When a situation comes up, are you like, or are you like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that right now. I'm going to take some time to think about it. I'm going to go do something I enjoy. You choose option 2, you will always have joy in your life, and the problems will miraculously solve themselves, I swear. You choose option 1, you're going to continue seeing the law of attraction bring you the crap storm. And it's not that you can't spiral or obsess or be upset or that you need to police your mind. That ain't it, and it never will be. What it is that you have control over the choices that you make. And If you just choose to bring in joy in your everyday, then the law of attraction will default to joy in your life every day. And then you start prioritizing that, and different doors open to you, different timelines open to you that would have been available otherwise. And you also find that a lot of the patterns you have, like before I started doing this, I used to always think the world was out to get me and blah, 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 blah. And let me tell you, when I faced some serious problems and I've looked them dead in the eye, like really bad problems, and I've looked them in the eye and went, I don't know how to solve you. I'm going to the beach. And then some miraculous thing came to solve my problem out of nowhere. It really do be like that. The power is in your reaction and what you choose to do about it in that moment. So that can really take you far. What else do you want to share? Yeah, they are stating there are choice points coming up. Ooh, okay. Okay, so they want to talk to you about something a little bit deeper. There are choice points coming up. And that's why they're telling you about taking the risk and going for the resistance. And this isn't meant to scare you. That's not what this is about. This is something that's coming up that needs you to just pay attention. And if you take that choice in the moment and you choose to do something positive with it, then your belief that nothing is coming to save you is just going to shatter, because it's not real. It's how you handle it in that moment. You are healing something profound. And when you heal something profound, they actually need to trigger you. And I know you won't understand that probably, but to show you that you're in a different playing field, they have to put the same play as usual and show you different energy, if that makes sense. So your job is to look at it and go, okay, I hear you. I know what you're telling me. I'm going to the beach. And just allow that to be that growth. Because you actually are protected. You are protected. And you're actually going really far in this situation. And what you're creating is actually this damn sweater is actually creating this incredible territory for you. It's creating a whole world that is yours. Something in your life is about to take on a life of its own. And I think you're worried that it's not going to work out, but it actually is. It's going to work out so freaking good, okay? It's so good. And I can see it here. It is going to work out so good. This is your turf. This is what you've been meaning to build. And it's very important that you do it. But you need to just not worry about how it's going to work out. So your job is to not go, how am I making this work out? Your job is to go, it's going to work out. Do you hear the difference in those two statements? You're not worrying about, see this crow? He's not worrying about how many chairs are filling them seats. There's no one there. He don't care. He believes that it's going to come through anyway. And you know what? It's going to, right? This is, stop worrying about the how and let the universe fill the seats. It's not your job to fill the seats. It's the universe's. So get it to pick up the idea and get it to run with it. That's how this works. And it's how it's going to work most effortlessly. Your job is to kind of take some space from your obsessive brain. You've been going through it with your brain recently. You're probably creating something that really matters to you, trying to get something off the ground that's really powerful, and you're just in all these loops about how do I do it, 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 how do I do it. Back away slowly. Please back away slowly. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because your mind is taking so much energy from you. And your project needs that energy to take off. The minute you stop trying to control it, the minute you go, I let go and I'm going to let this come through the way that it's going to come through. I'm going to the damn beach. You're going to see it come through. You might be suffocating it right now because you're so worried about it. It's like a baby, like somebody smothering a baby. Like they're always watching it. They're always in the skin. It's kind of like that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to hover. You don't want to be so close to something that you're suffocating its growth. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where you just need to allow them to grow, because the human body has a natural process that it does, and your job is to just be there. But it can be hard, in using the example as a new parent, right? It can be hard not to be constantly vigilant and like lose yourself in that process, and that's kind of what they're getting at. Not the thing that they said. They weren't being literal. But what they do want to say is just trusting this thing. It has a natural ability to take off with or without you. You've already done what you needed to do. Now you need to back away slowly, and you need to stop suffocating it with all your worry, and you need to go do something that brings you joy and just allow it, because it is your turf. You have built it. Now the thing is, this thing is supposed to be taking off right now, right? Like whatever it is that you've created, and you're kind of like, it's not doing that. And so your ego is wild in because it's scared. And you just need to know, like, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's like a program or like something you're doing right now, you need to know, like, it's fine. It's fine. You're just feeling a little bit exposed, and that feeling of being exposed is uncomfortable, but it does not mean that what you created is not taking off. It absolutely does not mean that. You need to just let go and let it be whatever it's going to be without your involvement, and just allow it to take off, because it's going to, and it's trying to right now. And you just need to, like, give it the air that it needs. All right, Spirit. Anything else? Any last messages? Really? They just threw it on the floor. A lady's work is never done, is it? Never. Never. Never, never, never. Just realized a bunch of Kleenexes were over there. You guys don't need to see my Kleenexes. There may be a strong emphasis on cleaning your house, cleaning your space, getting your spaces ready, but also whatever you created is a sacred space. Whatever you've created is meant to be witnessed by people. And you need to do exactly what they're doing. Keep a watchful eye, let it grow, let it hatch, protect the investment, but don't suffocate it, and just allow it to be. It is something that is sacred. It is something that is very beautiful. And when you do that, when you just let go, guess what? The energy is going to let go too. And that means that the thing that you're asking for is going to come through. The minute that you stop dictating how it comes through, when it comes through, in what amount, all of that. You just need to, you need to back away slowly. And what you're going to realize through that is that you weren't angry at the universe. You were angry that it was taking time for your thing to take off. But you might have been blaming the universe. You might have been blaming your spirit guides. You might have been blaming your spirit team. You might have been like, woe is me, and having all these false narratives come up. And trust, whatever you've created, it's going to take off. It's literally about to do that the minute you let go of the energy. Again, my sweater. The minute you let go of the energy. And just trust that there's a bigger lesson here for you. And the lesson may have been, maybe I'm mad about how long the process takes, but I thought that it was because I was being spiritually abandoned, but I wasn't. You're about to see that you weren't. All right, so if this happens for you in the next week, I want to know what it was that you were working on. So leave a comment down below, because I want to gas you up and cheer you on and see what you're working on. So I hope you guys have the best week, and I will probably see you Fridays. So if you guys are new to this channel, if this is the first time that you guys are watching these videos, I do a stress melt segment every Friday. So I do a little collective reading for your weekend, just kind of let you know what's up, and they're always light and fluffy. We don't, like, it's typically, I'm using a light and fluffy deck. This one is not so light and fluffy because it's Monday, and sometimes there's lots of things in your week, but it's just basically a, like, what's going on in your weekend, what do you need to pay attention to, kind of little mini reading. And then we do a stress melt. We basically just, like, go through your energy body and we get everything out, so that way you can really enjoy your weekend. So if you guys need to de-stress every Friday, come and find me right here, and if not, then I'll see you next Monday.